Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy, Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, and I am back. I am back for the finale of What If Tanjiro Was Trained by Yoriichi's Spirit. And where we left off was right before the fight between Daki and Gyutaro versus Tanjiro and Tengen. So if you enjoy, make sure to show some love, and it's time for the battle. Let's get it. This battle is everything. Not because of the intensity, not because of how strong the demons are, but the statement that can be made right here. Tanjiro and Tengen line up to face off against the two demons. And with the awakening of Tengen's brand new Demon Slayer mark, and with the duo's complete and utter amazing teamwork, let's just say Daki is phased out of the fight faster than you could possibly imagine. Gyutaro is impressive, and there is no denying how impressive he truly is. But Tanjiro and Tengen outclass them by a mile. And it's amazing to even think. Because even with the poison, even with Tengen getting poisoned, the flair of the two of them fighting together is immense. Tanjiro would cut off the head of Daki, but soon they would realize that they both need to cut off both of their heads at the same time. Tanjiro would tell them that they can give up now and they might be spared. But even they would refuse this, saying that Muzan would never allow them to live after that. Tengen would respond to this before Tanjiro can, and he would tell them that there is no world that they'd be living any further than this. And on top of that, it's either them or Muzan killing them. So if this is what they chose, this is what they chose. In complete sync, Tanjiro and Tengen would move in a blaze of glory. Tanjiro using the Himokimi Kagura, or sun breathing, as the one and only Sound Hashira uses his sound breathing, and in a flashy blur, slices both of the heads off of the demons simultaneously. The demons' heads are cut off, and the demon slayers currently at the location watch as the sister and brother duo argue as they slowly but surely fade away. Tanjiro would remark that it's sad to see people like them, or sad to really see to a brother and a sister arguing in their very last days until death. At the end of the day, there's nothing that can be done about it. There's nothing that can be said. The demons fall. And not only did Upper 3 die, but Upper 6 did as well. Upper 6 died, Upper 3 died, and it seems like the Demon Slayer core is slowly but surely chipping away at these demons. And the demons are slowly but surely falling out of relevancy. Muzan sees this, but plans are already in motion, and he believes that this might put them on the edge, and this might put them at an advantage if they follow and stay suit with their grievances and eventually find the Swordsmith Village. They believe that if they find the Swordsmith Village, that this could be the end, or the start of the push that they need to take the advantage once again. Because fear can be seen in Muzan's eyes. Muzan is terrified at the fact that Tanjiro is so strong. Terrified at the fact that Tanjiro is just like him. It would bring him to his knees when no one's around, and he would hit the ground with such fury, and he would hope that Tanjiro would just disappear, that he'd die before he would even get the chance to put his blade to Muzan's neck. With that said, the Demon Slayers head back to the Butterfly Mansion, and head back to the mansion in general, and they begin prepping for whatever's to come. Tanjiro has no insight about going to the swordsmith village, and with no broken sword, well, let's just say he would never head over in the first place. But that is until he hears of what's going on. Because while he's at the Butterfly Mansion, suspicion would grow of what's happening at the swordsmith's village, and even some people would suggest Tanjiro to go there anyways so that he can train. And luckily this would be said, and luckily this would be done, because when he's taken there blindfolded, his arrival would mean more than you could possibly imagine. Morichiro has already defeated one of the demons by the name of Gyoko, but that's not the only demon they have to deal with. Luckily enough, Mitsuri and the Miss Hashira already have their Demon Slayer marks, and they're far stronger than they would have been normally. But still, Mitsuri can't take on the one of Hantengu by himself. But luckily when Tanjiro arrives, he'll make this so much easier. Him and Nezuko would arrive at the swordsmith village, but with daylight soon to come, Tanjiro thinks to himself that he just needs to finish off the demons as he's here, and then they'll be good to go. He continues walking through to eventually find Mitsuri to help her specifically, because they are fighting a absolute insane or a demon of insane proportions, even forcing Tanjiro to take this extremely seriously because of how off guard he's taken by the different forms of Hantengu, eventually leading him to becoming his ultimate form. His ultimate form more or less becoming some insanely strong demon that can expel elemental powers. And luckily enough though, well, Tanjiro is strong enough, especially on the side of Mitsuri, that they can take on all of these giant wood dragon-like things that are coming out of the demon. And even they know that, or eventually they would figure out that this demon isn't the one Tanjiro should be trying to kill. That this is not the real Hantengu. Eventually Hantengu would be there. The real version of the Hantengu. And Tanjiro would luckily know exactly where to go as his eyes begin to adapt and he begins to see through the world itself. And Tanjiro is able to see things that no other Demon Slayer has seen in a very long time. As he watches a majestic Mitsuri absolutely fend off these wood-like dragons on her own, swooping in and out, she tells Tanjiro to do the job that they couldn't. Do the job that he's been doing this entire time, even one that Hashira can't do. Tanjiro would look for Hantengu, eventually finding his new manifested form, finding a bigger version of him. But as he slices the head off of that one, he realizes that that's not the real one. Tanjiro would look over and he would see that it's within the Hantengu that's running away at full speeds. Now, this Hantengu is actually within his heart, or his chest itself. And Tanjiro is completely shocked by this, but at the same time, he can see him. He sees it all. Tanjiro can see the sun is slowly but surely coming up, so he tries to make this quick, dashing at insane speeds toward the Hantengu as he slices toward the neck of the small little demon. And as he slices through, he's able to save the people that are more or less about to be killed by Hantengu. As he kills that small tiny demon, as it slowly fades away, Tanjiro holsters his sword and he's happy because the sun is just rising, or is just rising in a couple minutes, and he's able to defeat Hantengu. But just as he turns, he sees Nezuko right next to him, and he freaks out, telling her that the sun is coming up. He grabs her and tries to basically move her back and tries to get her away, running at full speed. But even all this movement, even everything he's done so far, he hasn't had much downtime. He's been all go because all he can see is a world without Muzan. So his fatigue is slowly but surely getting to him, and he's tiring, slowly but surely tiring. He tries to get her to the shade, but he can't get there in time. She begins to burn up, and Tanjiro tries to throw her out of the way toward the shade, but as midair, he sees his sister burning to a crisp. But then as she burns to a crisp, she regenerates, and she stops and stands up, and she spits out her bamboo that's holding her mouth shut and speaks to Tanjiro. Nezuko has conquered the sun. Tanjiro stands there in complete shock and looks at the other Hashira who are tired and looks at the other demon slayers as well. This is where they can end it all. This is the opening they needed. This is what they've been waiting for. Muzan, on the other hand, thinks the same thing. Muzan believes that if he can get a hold of Nezuko and conquer the sun, that it doesn't matter how strong, how good, how well trained this damn Tanjiro Kamado is. All that matters is his immortality, and he wants it, and he will hunt her down to the end of the earth until he gets it. But Tanjiro and all the demon slayers now know that Muzan is coming, but their advantage to take down the demons for good is now. But that is for another story and another time. So if you enjoyed the finale of What If Tanjiro Was Trained by Yoriichi's spirit, then show some love. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, and all that good stuff. Sorry this was a quick series. As some of y'all know, this series was really spaced out because I got sick and then stuff happened, and it's a long story. It's not that big of a deal, but it happens sometimes to some of these series. I promised that I would finish it like I did. I just finished it. But the next Tanjiro What If I Do, I promise will be even better because I have some ideas and I'd like it to be better because this series, I feel like was okay. It just didn't reach the standards that I thought it should have. And that's more because of the giant break that I had in between. So that's on me, boys. But I hope y'all enjoyed nonetheless. And I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.